Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Squire Squad. Let's see. Feel like there's something I'm forgetting to say, but I can't think of what it is because, of course, if there is, I've forgotten it. Um, Memory is a fickle beast. Anyway, you just watched our intro video, which tells you a lot about what we do here on the game nights. That's game with two G's and nights with a K. We do stuff most nights of the week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, so much stuff on Saturdays and Mondays as well. I'm realizing it's odd to start with Tuesdays, but it's because it's Tuesdays, so deal with it. Yeah. You can see our schedule if you are here live on Twitch. It is underneath our faces down below. Otherwise, it is on our various social medias. But most importantly, you should come join our Discord because that is when we announce when we are doing things the most, especially if we do something that is off schedule. Haven't done one of those in a minute, but sometimes we do video game streams and such as well, in addition to the TTRPG content. Yeah, the next time this channel is scheduled to be live is Thursday for Elegant Creatures, our Monster of the Week game. That's going to be a finale this week, unless, something goes wrong and we have to, spread things out, but it's probably the last one. So you should check that out. And then we will be back pretty soon with season 4 of the Elegant game, which I don't know if we've announced what it's called yet. But you should definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. Saturdays is our double whammy. We've got in the mornings is D&D 5e. They are gearing up to do the Witchlight module. Though of course, since they are starting at apparently level 10, it's going to be heavily modified. And of course, they're going to go off the rails. So, how all good D&D adventures go. But Saturday afternoons is the Parslings game, Ward 47. Mondays is the Dragon Age RPG, Red Jenny. And Tuesday's opposite, this is Escape Velocity, our Stars Without Number game, where we just got Sita to join us, who you have seen in the Monday games. Let's see. Maybe I was just thinking of like how this past Saturday, instead of the normal D&D game, they did a one-shot of Cyborg, which is the newish cyberpunk game from the creators of Morkborg. So if you didn't catch that, you should check out our YouTube, because if it's not posted there yet, it will be soon, and that's where you can see all the stuff that we have done on this channel, which is a lot. So we've been doing this for so many years. Anyway, I think that's it for GGK stuff. So let's just go around and say who we are and what you do on the internet and who you are in this game. So let's go ahead and start with David.
Yeah, David, internet-wise, you can see me here on Tuesday nights, where opposite Tuesday to this, I'm the GM for Stars Without Numbers game. And tonight I am playing Kevin, aka Paragon, the Legacy playbook. There you go, I remembered this time.
LB, you're next.
Hi, I'm LB Hackmup. You can see me at LB Hackmup on the Twitters and the Twitches. I wish I could do David's. Yep, LB. It's me. I'm gonna play Subrina. She's the Outsider playbook. And she alien girl, shapeshifter. Ooh.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com or on Twitter. Today I'm going to be playing as Chloe, also known as Hemlock, who is the Doomed playbook.
And then I'm Alex, OMG It's Some Guy on the internets, mostly here Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then on LB's channel Sunday nights for the shenanigans there. For this game, I am the GM. I'm everyone who is not these three. And so we will getting back to it. So before I forget, let me go ahead and clear out the team pool. This time is going to pass. Yes, you no longer have 8 team in the pool. It goes down to 1, but then I add 1 for the start of the session. And in addition, with time passing, the house rule is that you can clear a condition if you want. But first, let me talk about what happened last time. So, previously on Squire Squad, the team had been told that they all had a sleepover at Kevin's house after doing some science on Chloe. And in the morning, they had a message that they needed to go in to Paladin's HQ to meet with Paragal, who is the cousin of the deceased hero Paragon, who Kevin is apparently a clone of. But in the morning, Elena, the house AI, shared with them a news story about the coverage of the warehouse attack the preceding evening, where they had saved Roz from the clutches of her evil villain mother. They had also that night done a dream walking experience to go into Chloe's mind and speak to the entity within, who they learned was named Oleander, and is intrinsically bound with Chloe and her powers, and kind of an interesting relationship, to be sure. But Kevin apologized in the morning for threatening violence against Oleander, saying that he doesn't like being threatened himself, which Oleander had sort of kind of done. It was all very vague and mildly threatening, but also not super directly threatening. I don't know. Obviously, our heroes could have taken it a different way. That Kevin was worried that it could have seemed like he was ready to kill Chloe to stop Oleander, because if one dies, so does the other. But Chloe says that they're heroes, and it's kind of what they have to do, at least in terms of risking their lives. Kevin knows that someone should have tried to de-escalate things. And Chloe says it's hard because this group is used to just punching whatever bad guys come along. But this is a bad guy that they can't really punch. And so she doesn't blame Kevin, because she's also trying to figure all this out. As they go to meet Paragal, Chloe wonders if she knows about what they did at the warehouse the previous evening, since even though she is not a paladin herself, she is certainly important enough. And then they also get to speculating, like, what is Paragal's relationship to Kevin? Is she an aunt or a cousin or who knows what? They arrive at HQ, and they get into their costumes for the meeting, though Kevin would have preferred to remain in their civilian clothes. Athenis, who is the head of the local Paladins chapter, invites them into a briefing room where she and Paragal are having coffee and discussing matters. But as Paragal sees Kevin, she breaks the ceramic mug that she has in her hands. She takes a moment to clean things up and then starts off by speaking to Subrina. She says that she's here with a message from CERN, that CERN has picked up weird energy readings, like what happened when Subrina arrived, and that Paragal has actually been advocating on Subrina's behalf, being an alien herself, and so CERN is working to help stabilize the energy that is fluctuating sporadically to help Subrina establish contact with her home. And they expect to be ready for Subrina to visit in about a month, a little bit more than that. Subrina also asked Paragal if she knew if Jesse, the scientist who had been Sabrina's friend while she was captive there, is that the right word? When she was still, subject, to numbers and letters. And Paragal didn't know for sure, but would try to inquire the next time she was at CERN. Paragal then turns to Roz and says that she has been working with another hero, Super Sherry, to figure out what Roz's mother, Susurrus, is getting up to, and asks for Roz's help, given that Roz had worked for a while unwillingly as Susurrus's evil sidekick. They figure that she has, insight into what her mother might be doing, and that they'll need Roz to come with them for some time to put a stop to her nefarious plans. Something that happened in the side story one shot that we did, where most of these crew and our special guest Wally went to stop a museum heist that Susurrus was perpetrating, and we know from that she did in fact manage to steal an artifact, if not the one that everyone thought she was trying to get. Where was I? So she says, Roz, you have some time to think about this, but we'd like you to make your decision relatively soon. When she finally turns to Kevin, first word that she manages to say are, "How dare you?" Kevin and the others do their best to explain what Kevin's situation is, and Paragal leaves before she can do something rash. Athenas apologizes for her behavior and follows after her, and the group checks in with each other about how that went. They just faced down one of the most powerful heroes in the world who seemed very angry at them, or at least at Kevin. But as they are discussing, Roz comes to the realization that yes, she is going to go with Paragal and help stop her mother, but this is also going to be her final weekend in Port Arbor. And that they need to live it up and, go through a bucket list of sorts. First, they go for some froyo. Then they go for lunch at Tapas the Morning Tuya, an interesting choice of fusion of Irish and tapas. And then, a plan to hang out in the park and see if they can make contact with Hive Mind, the entity that seems to be able to communicate through insects and bugs. For all that, they go to Subrina's house so that she can send a message on her. I was going to call it a transponder. I don't know if we ever called it that. Whatever device it is you use that allows you to send faxes basically to your home planet and say that CERN is aware of what's going on and they are working on it, but can everyone please be chill and not conquer Earth? Because that is a concern of, is this going to be an issue opening this wormhole to another world? So after that, and they go for froyo and they go for tapas, they go to the park and hang out, and Roz starts wandering around talking to every bug that she sees, trying to see if Hive Mind is there. And as she wanders by the river in the middle of the park, she is grabbed by a strange water spout. And then the group springs into action as a storm elemental of some kind comes into being in the park. They take some hits, but they ultimately defeat the elemental. And Chloe ends up feeding on the sort of the core motive energy of this entity once they determine that it's basically just a superpowered natural phenomenon and there is no consciousness to it. And Oleander is quite pleased at this feeding. So that is where we left off. It is now a couple weeks later. So as I said, time has passed. You are able to clear a condition if you wish. And it is the week at school leading up to homecoming. You had been told the previous week that that the theme for homecoming is masquerades and capers. And so everyone is encouraged to dress up as a superhero or perhaps a supervillain if they really want to, as long as they keep it tasteful. And the reasoning that you hear is because of last year's prom being interrupted by some kind of super powered attack, which this group knows was Jebri, as you have affectionately called the shadowy being that has popped up around Port Arbor. And they just, the student council decided that, it's for as much as superpowered stuff happens in Port Arbor, it would be nice to allow the student body to get to play pretend at least for a night. So the people have been discussing and putting together costumes for this. As you all have gone through the halls in class, you have heard some whispers of perhaps some people trying to dress up like your Squire personas. There is also, and this is perhaps the bit that is generating the most buzz, is the homecoming court campaigning. So, it's the year 20 whatever. It's not just a homecoming king and queen anymore. It's whichever two people are chosen. The homecoming regents, but it is, most people see it as a popularity contest. All you really get is, the crown or the tiara and, or a wreath and flowers or whatever, but it's high school. Some people, this is their big aspiration. And so the way the homecoming court campaigning works is in this week leading up to homecoming, there are just essentially ballot boxes where you can write someone's name and say, like, nominate them for the homecoming court. And then whoever has the most votes by the end of the week will be in the running for homecoming court. And then at homecoming itself, there will be a series of activities for those who are nominated to try and claim the title. And I think we'll start from there. The things that or certainly the one who is gunning the most for homecoming court is Anna Jones, who is the same student who on Kevin's first day as a human boy came up to him, just gave him her number and was like, "Hey, you're hot, I'm hot, we should go out." And so she is trying very hard to win a spot in the homecoming court. And Kevin, you have been approached by her in the hallway at one point. This would have been sometime last week, and she's essentially like, "So I know that you never, or I forget, did you ever reach out to her?"
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't.
It was discussed, but I don't know that I did.
Yeah. We'll just go ahead and say that you hadn't, and so I know that you didn't end up reaching out to me, and I get it. This is a new look for you. You were still getting used to it. But now with homecoming coming up, I think you and I would make a pretty good ruling couple, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Definitely. It would. It's. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I will talk to my people and make sure that they are also putting your name in. And we should start coordinating on, I'm going to be in a dress. I assume you're wearing a tux, but, we should at least match colors.
Are we supposed to dress as superheroes?
You say that, and she has a moment, and it's like, oh shit. Right, yeah, of course. Okay, gonna have to cancel that reservation, but we should, we should still coordinate.
There's some dapper superheroes of some kind.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there are. And it's you get the sense that at the very least for this, it's some of it is trying to come up with the most stylish super that you could dress as. Some of it is people treat it like a cosplay contest and who can make the most accurate costume. And Anna seems uh, asks you, well, is there someone that you think you would be dressing up as, or
I hadn't been taking it very seriously previous to this, and so I think my ideas from before are probably not good for this. So I'm open to suggestions.
okay, yeah, we'll think about it. We still got a week or two. That's enough time. And given that there is super powered technology in this world, that is enough time to get a halfway decent costume made in. And with your house, like Elena could probably fabricate all sorts of stuff. But okay, we'll brainstorm. You still have my number, right?
I do, yes.
Okay. Text me some ideas, and then we will go from there.
Okay.
He gives you kind of a wink and saunters off.
Awkwardly don't know what to do with myself after this, and we'll just I guess go back to my locker, whatever I was doing.
Yep. As Anna walks off down the hallway, you see that she is joined briefly by let me double check names. Yosef with his guide dog Doggo, and Eve Lawson from the fencing team, who seems to have gotten a little sad in the wake of Roz's departure.
Yeah. If those are her people, maybe more.
Yep. But yeah, they wander off. And we'll say that it is we'll convene with all of you in gardening club after school. So it is the three of you now that Roz is gone, and your poor freshman that you cannot get rid of.
Uptown Squirrel is the first thing I saw.
It's like a squirrel girl outfit?
No. Uptown Swirl was the ice cream place.
Oh, right. Yep.
I do like Uptown Squirrel as a superhero, though. That'd be hilarious.
Like just a fancy.
That's this world's squirrel girl. So yeah, that you've heard some people talking about their plans to dress up. Yes, Jimothy. I knew it was the J name that we use in every game, but I couldn't remember what absurd name it was because it's been so long since Jimothy has made an appearance.
You know how every Halloween there's multiples of whatever hero is popular, every girl is Elsa, and then you've got a billion Spider-Mans, that kind of thing. I imagine that's what's gonna happen for prom, except it's all the same fancy character that wears a tux.
You do also know that given that one of the local squires is Umpteen, the hero who can make duplicates of himself, that there are just going to be group costumes of everyone, just so many people dressed up as Umpteen, because it'll just the more people that buy into the bit, the better.
I would be one of them. I would literally be one of them. But no, not Chloe. Speaking of Chloe, as we're up in gardening club, she's been spending this time jump. She's been spending a lot of time in like gardening club because it's her sanctum.
Yep.
And she's been doing a lot of research and science and making plants for research and science.
Yeah. That was actually something I meant to ask you all. Like, is there anything that you all get up to in the, the couple of weeks since Roz's final weekend?
We probably hung out a lot, right?
Hmm.
With Roz.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, yeah. Make sure to send her off in style, and she assures you that she will keep in contact, and she actually does. Still, sending a meme or a GIF at least once a day. But sometimes she is like, okay, gotta, covert mission time, and then is silent for a day or two. But yeah, so you're able to spend time with her before she heads off.
I think I'd be doing like a lot of little, like the corny, cheesy stuff that Superman does in an attempt to live up to the Paragon name, of just like helping people do random things.
Yeah, go ahead and roll Savior for that, just to see how good an impression you make on the public.
Getting
Okay.
cats down out of trees, helping little old ladies across the street, building orphanages.
It's a miss.
Okay, so you can take the potential, or we can spend some team from the pool to try and bump that up to a mixed success.
We always have so much team in the pool. Use it.
Well, now you
Yeah.
only
Use the
have
team.
two.
I'll use it. Subrina can help.
My goal is to run out of team.
Yeah. Sabrina's helping. I mean, Corvin's helping.
I want to run out of team right when it's the most important. In the direst of situations. Use the team to get the cat out of the tree.
So, yeah. I imagine that, Corvid helps out with,
I'm
light
the cat.
show or something.
I'm the cat in the tree. Meow!
It's all publicity stuff.
Yeah.
I'm the tree.
Look, we haven't found a single cat in the tree. It's a staple. We have to do it. I'll just be the cat.
Oh my god. Kevin's looking for a cat in a tree, and we just feel bad for him, so we just make a tree and you turn into a cat.
There was someone posted on Twitter a scene of Superman helping like some kid who had forgotten their favorite toy at home after a flight.
I saw that one.
And he just like flew to their house and bought it back. He was like,
Yeah,
you
just
left
like-
this on the plane.
Across the country in a second.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But that kind of ridiculous stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I need some
No
help
no
finding it,
tragedy
apparently.
too small.
Yeah, because as we discussed either last time or the time before, like, you have all this power, but you are still definitely learning to control it. And so I think there's a lot of you like flying too fast through the city, trying to find cats and trees, and like
Breaking
maybe
a bunch
there's
of windows.
yeah, there's one that like you go zipping past, and as you realize it, like you come back, but your the wind from your passing has already dislodged the cat from the tree.
Oh no!
Oh. I catch
it landed
That's
just
fine.
fine. But yes, with the help of your teammates, you do manage to get a cat out of a tree.
I want a montage of Kevin like doing good deeds and then like, sometimes messing them up, but like it seems that every time he messes up a good deed, Paragal is there and she sees it and just like, disapprovingly shaking her head.
Well, as you mentioned that, there is a thing I have to roll for whenever time passes.
Yes.
And so I have to ask you all 3 questions, and they are: have you been upholding the traditions of your legacy?
You've been trying to, yeah.
Okay. Have you maintained the image of your legacy?
I think with the mixed success, we'll go ahead and give that a yes.
All right. This one's obviously going to be a no. Have you made the other members of your legacy proud?
Yeah, especially with the mixed success, she's not having it. So that's going to be a no.
All right. So I'm going to have to roll this at a -1. There we go. Hey, full hit. All right.
Okay. Yeah, on a hit, one of them offers you meaningful encouragement, an opportunity, or an advantage. So I guess looking at who you have on your legacy, we'll say that Paragal is checking in from time to time, and maybe she's there as you do the team effort with the tree and the cat. And like after, there is like a reporter nearby that is interviewing you about this, and once that interview finishes, Paragal finds you later, and yeah, probably finds you as like Subrina is changing out of cat form, and like the three of you are regrouping for that. And Paragal just like joins you on whatever rooftop you're on or whatever. You are trying too hard, but you are trying, and that is the important part. Focus your energies on where you can do the most good, rather than trying to spread yourself so thin all over the city.
Okay. Thanks. Is there anything else? Is there anything in specific you think I should be doing?
She ponders for a moment and says, this is a big change for you and the world. If you are going to be the next Paragon, take your time and make sure you do it right. Don't rush into it just because you think there's a void that needs filling.
Okay.
And she is going to do, I have to find which influence thing this is.
She's telling you how to be.
Yeah, when
She's
someone with influence
influencing
over
you.
you tells you who you are or how the world works, accept what they say or reject their influence. And as she is an adult, she has influence over you. If you accept what they say, I will adjust your labels, but if you want to keep them as they are, you must attempt to reject their influence.
Not rejecting the influence. Yeah.
Okay. So I am going to move your freak down one and your mundane up one.
Okay.
She's kind of telling you, like, be chill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It seems to me she might be speaking from experience here. Because I feel like she's probably done the exact same thing, trying to fill the void.
Yeah, that's a good call. Oh, I'm trying to think. He's a teenager. I think before she leaves, he's gonna, not to bother you or anything, but would it be okay if I were occasionally to reach out to you for advice?
You see, she's about to say something and stops herself. And then reaches into a pouch and hands you a slip of paper that has a contact number on it. And it's not like a cell phone number, but it is like coded to the Paladin's communicators. So if you need me and I am able, I will respond there.
Thank you.
But I am often quite busy. Speaking of, I need to go check in with your teammate, Roz.
Oh, Yeah, thanks for helping her with all that too.
Of course, I understand what a burden a legacy can be, especially if it is not the best legacy to begin with.
Is there something nefarious? No, you don't have to answer that to me.
I simply mean that her mother is a supervillain. That is a heavy burden for anyone, but especially ones as young as you. Now, if you'll excuse me, and with that, she steps away, does like, and just is gone.
They're doing that like weird pose, at, like, big breath stuff. Like, oh my god.
That could have gone a lot worse. So A+.
I mean, yeah. Oh my god, that was crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But you're doing good stuff.
Yeah, she didn't break anything this time.
That's true.
Yeah. Do we think she just happened to see us doing this? Or is this like keeping tabs?
Keeping tabs, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty likely. What has she got, like, seeing through things powers from like really far away? She could be watching
X-ray
you at any
vision?
moment. Yeah, like all the time.
That's true. She's probably better with it than I am. Like, she could straight up probably just be like on the same hemisphere as me.
Like zone in? That's so scary. I mean, it's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining, like, has there been a Superman where he just like X-ray visions through the entire Earth to see something?
Oh, God.
On the other side?
Maybe.
Maybe. Who knows? Superman does a lot of crazy things in the comic books.
How far away do you have to be until the curvature of the Earth prevents you from seeing?
The question that I do not know the answer to.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see a whole half the Earth if you're high enough above it.
Oh my god, I didn't even consider flying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if she doesn't need to breathe in space, just super elevation.
My god, there absolutely is Superman shit where he like just goes and flies into space and watches the Earth.
Oh right, yeah, like he's like just listening, and he like can zone in. Yeah, I've definitely that's in a movie.
Yeah, the one with Brandon. What's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does that.
Something.
Yeah, it starts with an R.
The idea that Paragal is doing like the big picture stuff, and it's like, what's that schmuck up to?
Yeah, just occasionally checking in. Like, what's he?
Yeah. But yeah,
watches him drop his frozen yogurt.
Oh.
Anything else that is y'all get up to in the intervening weeks, or shall we jump back to the week leading up to homecoming?
I think the day that I get asked to homecoming with what's her name, I would tell
Anna.
everybody with Anna.
Yeah,
And
so we'll jump back to gardening club the day after, or the day of that happening.
Right. There's nothing that we need to address mechanically, I don't think, but I will say that Chloe has been just full on researching her powers this entire time.
Yeah, I imagine would you have brought technology from Kevin's house into the sanctum to assist with that?
Probably, if he's willing to contribute.
Sure. Anything you need. Also, you have infinity free X-rays. Just, I guess you couldn't see them though. Only I could.
Take a picture with your eyes.
Yeah.
Spit a Polaroid out your mouth.
Sabrina's just been trying to keep in contact with her parent and homeworld and see what's up and if anything comes back, but
Yeah. I mean, given how your communication device works, it's at least a day in between messages. It's, the longest play by post.
Yeah.
But we'll say a few days after Paragal tells you, like, hey, CERN's going to be ready for you in a month. That, because you've still been living in the Kirby craft for the most part and just stopping back at home to use the communicator, or
it's probably been more of like a living at home than the Kirby craft.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say that one night after you emerge from your room for dinner, that both Danae and Tyler are there to join you, which isn't always the case. Sometimes one is off doing something for work, but they greet you as you sit down at the table with them, and you get started eating for a little bit, but not too long into it, Tyler starts by saying, so Subrina, we understand that things are moving relatively quickly with CERN and all that. Looking at Danae for support as well. We know that you are an intelligent young alien woman. However, and he realizes that he's kind of fumbling with that, and Danae steps in. It's like, you're intelligent, and we know that this is very important to you. We just want to remind you that even though we are, your government assigned watchers, that we do still care about you. We have been your parents for a few years at this point.
Like 7.
Yep. So, like, we've been talking, and even though this assignment may be coming to an end soon, one way or the other, and yes, because either, whatever happens with your home planet, or if you stay here, now you are considered a legal adult in the eyes of human society. And then Danae comes back, and you would like it if, you would still keep in touch with us?
Duh! What do you mean? What? No, of course. You guys helped raise me on this planet. You guys taught me all about the cool stuff on the television and what's real and what's not, and you let me, you're my parents. You're still my parents. Like, I know that you're not, like, really, like, you didn't, like, birth me, but, like, I've been here for so long. And I don't plan on, if I do go home, it's only if I can come back, because I like being here, and I don't plan on living with you guys forever, but, like, I don't really know how to do money things, so I'm gonna need a little bit of help, if I decide to go to college and stuff.
And the visible relief you see, like, when you started that, is immense. Like, they let go of attention. They were aware that they were holding, but, like, didn't realize how heavy it was. And, they chuckle as you say, the money things and all that stuff. And Tyler starts sniffling and is like, oh, I guess it's the onions. And Danae punches him in the shoulder and it's like, you goof, you what are you doing? Just be honest. And,
we have free expression in this household, remember?
Yeah. And they're both crying happy tears, and they go in for a hug.
Yeah. Aw. Big family hug.
Then as that separates, Tyler then asks, so, who you going to homecoming with?
Oh, well, nobody's asked me yet. And I thought that's how it works, so I was just kind of waiting for someone to ask me.
I mean, that is one option, but I mean, they send a message to all the parents explaining the homecoming court and how, they didn't say it this way, but fuck gender roles. So
Yeah.
it's you could ask someone too if you've got your eye on anyone.
Oh, well, I mean, after Flint left, and then, the whole thing with, it's just been a lot. I don't really have any crushes right now because but maybe if Kevin doesn't have anybody to go with, or if Chloe doesn't have anyone to go with.
Yeah, it's always great to go with your friends. I just realized I had to make the decision of, are this Danae and Tyler like high school sweethearts? Have they been together that long, or are they just?
Sure, they were married, so.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can do the thing. Did you want to go dress shopping, or?
I mean, I think that it is a teenager experience that you should have.
Okay.
But yes, it does. Makes it a little bit easier that you can just do it.
Yeah, we can go look at them and then we can just replicate it. We don't have to buy anything.
Something feels like that's mildly unethical, but it will save us quite a bit. Dresses are expensive.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, why don't we do that this weekend? We can go shopping. We can go looking.
Yes, yeah, and you're welcome to invite your friends along.
I don't know if Chloe would like to do that. I don't know if Kevin would like to do that, but I can ask.
Yeah, just let us know and we'll go on next Saturday.
Okay. And I am excited for you to meet my parent. I don't know what it's gonna be like because I haven't seen them in so long, but they've first got to figure out what human form they want to take so that they can communicate with. They'll probably just match somebody they already see, and then we'll go from there. They'll have to pick a name, but I'm excited for you guys to meet, and I hope it won't be awkward because I don't think that they'll be like, oh, well, thanks for taking care of my kid, I'm gonna go back with them now, sort of thing. So, but I'm an adult, right? Like, I can make my own decisions.
Yeah, I mean, certainly here you are. Obviously we don't know. We only know what you've told us about your planet's culture.
Mm-hmm. It's weird. I mean, it's weird compared to here. I guess here's weird compared to there. So, your years are really long.
Yeah, you must be. I mean, what are you? Octogenarian on your home planet, or?
Kinda. I mean, it's less there's less emphasis on age, I guess. There's not a number we put with it.
That would make sense if your years are that short.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we kind of just have milestones of in my culture, it's when you. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it. It has to do with a lot of how we reproduce, and it's not
Yeah, not a dinner conversation.
Not a table, yeah.
But okay.
So, anyways, yeah.
Yeah,
but
and then
yeah, I'll text the group. Hey, do y'all want to go shopping for homecoming outfits this weekend? My parents are taking me.
Would this be before or after I've been asked?
This would be before, but you also know the theme has been announced, and so given that your school is one of the more well-to-do and more popular schools in the city, like the various tux rental and dress shops have been informed and have been preparing thematic clothing. So whether that's a full-on costume or just a stylized suit or dress in the theme of various supers, so you know that there will be options available, and y'all can either pick someone that we've seen in the campaign, or just come up with your own super, and we'll make it work, like Uptown Squirrel. Yeah.
Then I would respond, yeah, that I would go shopping for outfits.
Mm-hmm.
There's a response from Chloe that says, "You need a second opinion?"
Always.
I can tag along.
All right, so yeah, if there's nothing else, we can cut to the dress shopping montage.
We don't. I think Subrina is going to go with the theme of Prismatic Dash, who is a speedster, and is a rainbow theme. So her outfit is like the hollow, and it's kind of like form-fitting, and when she moves it like shimmers and makes all the colors. Not
Nice.
hollow as in like it holographic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and you find one in the store that kind of almost does what you want. Like, it's obviously not as good as the real Prismatic Dash, but you know that with your shapeshifting and your light powers, you could probably duplicate it pretty well. All right. And yeah, the Danae and Tyler are there, and they well, let's see. They know that Kevin lives on his own. And so, you've probably been offered previously, but they would offer again here as well to help cover some of the rental costs. They're not gonna pay for it entirely, but
you absolutely don't have to do that.
They look a little relieved that you say that, but they thought they should at least make the offer.
So I thought you knew more of who I was. No, I don't need help with money. Thank you, though.
Right, no, we obviously knew you weren't destitute, but these can be big expenses, and we didn't know if you had rented a tux before.
I haven't. No, I trust that what would it be called? What would I refer to someone who's like legally in charge of helping with money or something?
Like a guarantor or guard?
Yeah.
Because it's not quite guardian.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a trustee, because the money would presumably be in a trust.
Yeah, I think I trust that, Elena, the trustee, has budgeted appropriately for this.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, they look relieved that that you have declined their offer, but they still felt the need to make it.
And yeah, if this is before I've been asked out, I think I'd be looking for more of a derpy kind of thing, like The Thing or something like that. I get that it would be still like a suit, but something that someone wouldn't choose.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah, could definitely do a thing alike. Trying to come up with a punny take on The Thing, the stuff, and it's just like.
I mean, you could do anything like made out of rock or anything like that. But yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't matter much, as I will not end up choosing it. But yeah.
Yep. And then, Chloe, do you look for an outfit at all, or are you just there to provide opinions?
She doesn't even look up from her notes and says that she's already got her outfit.
All right, then. I think that's enough flashing back. We've been all over the timeline so far this episode, but I I think now we're good to jump to gardening club. Anna has just bullied Kevin into going with her, basically.
Yeah, so if everyone's there, I would just kind of. So, Anna Jones, do you remember? She gave me her phone number a few weeks back.
Yeah.
She asked me to homecoming, and I may have said yes.
Oh my god.
So.
Kevin! That's so exciting!
So she does. I guess we're gonna try and angle to be in the homecoming court thing.
Cool. That's awesome.
There will only be 2 homecoming regents, and so.
No, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Sorry.
Like Chloe looks like she looks up from what she's doing and just like looks back and forth between Subrina and Kevin and waits for the other shoe to drop.
Timothy finishes moving a bag of fertilizer. Wait, Subrina, I thought you wanted to be in homecoming court.
And
it's
there
okay.
it is.
I don't have to be.
So I might have agreed to that in the moment of being very nervous and stuff. So
That's okay. No,
Timothy,
really,
I'm sorry. I forgot you were here for this. This is some drama.
Oh, is this polycule drama? Should I leave?
It's fine,
Yes.
Timothy.
No, you can
Yes,
stay.
leave.
I'm getting very mixed signals, but and maybe I'm confused because I'm a freshman, but like just because one of the people in a date to homecoming is in the court doesn't mean they both do. So like you two could still be in the homecoming court, right?
True.
As he like slowly sidles out of the greenhouse.
That's a good point, Timothy.
You can't really call
Thank
it
you.
a court if there's only 2, can they?
Well,
it's more of
Actually,
a
I guess like there are
monarchy.
the regents, and then again it's like
That's
so
literally
the
Chloe like thinking that to herself.
fair, but the sort of the way it works is like in the week leading up to it, like the nominations are being made, and then it's the top 8 or whoever with the most votes are then in the actual consideration, and the 2 who win at homecoming or whatever are the regents, and then everyone else is the nobility of the court.
Yeah, because isn't it still like isn't that like a thing like the home maybe not homecoming, but isn't like the prom thing? Isn't like all of those nominees like the court or whatever?
Maybe
school.
my school did not do kings or queens.
Mentioned previously, it has been a minute since I was in high school, but I vaguely remember this.
But anyways, no, whatever happens. It's okay.
Well, if we're trying to get you to win, understand. Anna did mention that she has people and she is going to distribute the information that they're
she
supposed
really
to
does.
to.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So.
As a reminder, Anna is captain of the lacrosse team and is like one of the, popular girls in the grade.
Yeah. No, it's so like, what are you guys gonna dress up as?
I don't know. It seemed like she didn't remember that we were supposed to dress as superheroes.
Oh.
Or a superhero
Well, it's
theme.
like superhero theme, yeah. Like the dress that I got isn't the exact. Well, my God, I'm the one that I'm gonna wear.
I'm really glad I went with you because I was legitimately gonna treat it like a Halloween party and just come in a costume.
Some people do.
You need to have a little bit more nuance, like it's like a casual or like a dressed up version of their costume. Because if you like wore like the Musketeers outfit, like it'd be a little much. So
yeah, you just have to casually, formally dress up like a superhero.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy.
I assume it's too on the nose for us to dress like ourselves, right? We wouldn't want anyone to make. Oh wait, I don't say that because Jimothy's right there. So I forgot.
We made him leave.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, Jimothy has wandered off to like the other end of the roof at this point. He's like filling up a bucket with water.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely too on the nose for us to dress as ourselves, right? Like that could make connections.
Yeah,
for
I wouldn't
people.
recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Especially
I
with
mean-
you. You don't need to
Oh!
wear a mask or anything.
Wait, you could do the Golden Duke, like the Golden Duke. You know, like wear a gold
like
tux.
Hector's dad?
Yeah,
That seems weird. I mean, I guess.
it'd
Is
be
there
so
any
easy.
theme?
Just wear a gold tux
Just seems- I mean, yeah.
or a black tux with a gold tie and gold shoes.
That could be pretty classy.
Okay. Yeah. It's a good, maybe, yeah. I'll run it by Anna, as I guess we're going to do a themed thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's your vibe, Kevin, but I think Anna will like it.
Hmm.
Watering plants with suspiciously red liquid.
Chloe,
Huh?
do you, if nobody asks us, do you want to go together?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Do you want to do
I mean,
a theme?
I mean, I wasn't really gonna go, but
Why not?
I feel like I've been to enough dances. You show up.
But this is
Drink
our
some
senior
punch.
year. We get to go to the after parties and like do adult things.
Sounds great.
Didn't people used to do that anyways at the after parties?
I don't know, never got invited.
That was my assumption.
I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully no
I
one
mean-
attacks this dance.
I mean, if you want me to go, I can hang out for a while, I guess.
I would like that since Kevin's gonna be hanging out with Anna the whole time. You know, for being as popular as I am, in that a lot of people know who I am and are nice to me, a lot of people don't invite me to stuff. So I'm probably gonna be like just moving around a lot and like talking to people and then moving on because they go do stuff.
Yeah. You know what? Okay. I'll go.
Yay!
I've already got an outfit picked out, so
What are you gonna
Said
be?
you
I
weren't
don't know.
going.
I'm gonna step out of character for a second to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
What is like a piece of technology that would have gotten you the Nobel Peace Prize that has been invented since our time?
Something for the Peace Prize, I think, would be like an empathy link that allows you to like essentially see the perspective of someone else, and like you know, really understand it and not just like hear it and be like, oh yes, that is how you feel, but like,
All right, what's the name of the person who invented that?
and here I was about to say like the device is nicknamed, you know, Mile in Their Shoes.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
asking me to come up
Let's-
with a name?
The internet.
Okay, here's
Let's
a
do-
like okay, the device isn't named that, but the person who invented it is like Miles, like something that means shoe.
Miles
Miles
Zapatos?
Patos!
Miles Patos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it said Miles Potter in the thing.
I mean, that's, you know, Zapatos, Patos, Potter. It gets there. So,
What about Birkenstock?
His name is
Uh,
Burke and his last name is Stock. Birkenstock.
No, like it's got to be Miles and shoes, so that it's like, you know, mile in their shoes.
Mhm.
mhm.
It was the heir to the Birkenstock fortune. And that's what he used his money for.
Yep. Yep.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, no.
Miles
Chloe's going-
Birkenstock, if you're watching, sorry for giving you such high expectations, but you have to come up with an empathy device now.
Is there actually somebody named Miles Birkenstock?
I don't know.
It seems
good.
plausible that there's someone on Earth named that.
I googled it. It's not. All right. So I like that. Like, I don't know. Like, it's fine. Miles Birkenstock is who Chloe is going as, because not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he looks like he's a bit eccentric. He let some of the fame go to his head, but not that much. And so it's just like, oh, yes, I am a Nobel Prize recipient. I can be, a little bit more eccentric in the public eye now. But is, wouldn't
I
have
feel
gotten
like
the Nobel Prize if he didn't also have some humility to him.
I feel like he's
So,
the kind of guy who wears sandals to formal events.
yeah. And, of course it was
Birkenstocks.
yeah,
Birkenstocks.
yeah, a big deal. Some of the less reputable newspapers, as they were covering his receiving the award, focused on the sandals and like, how seriously can we take this guy if he, doesn't wear closed-toe shoes to receiving the Nobel Peace Prize? And of course, most people were just like, who cares?
Yeah, that's that. Chloe's going as Miles Birkenstock.
All right.
I love it.
So I don't know. It's kind of hard to do like a couples thing with that.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I like that's a cool idea. And comfortable shoes, so you don't have to worry about dancing.
And I like your prismatic dash outfit, so you should totally wear that.
Thanks. I'm gonna wear actual shoes. I bought a pair.
Do you not normally wear shoes?
I mean, she
It's
like
fake shoes.
Fake shoes.
Doesn't that hurt your feet?
Fake clothes. I mean, no. They're kind of tough anyways. Like, I'm tough all over, remember?
Yeah.
Sorry. Involuntarily remembered
The hair thing?
the hair thing. Yep.
Yeah. That was a bold choice we made as a group, wasn't it?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. Like,
That's
in
alright.
retrospect, it seems really obvious.
No, right? Did we fly too close to the sun on that one? I think we did. Maybe some mysteries are better left unknown, but here we are. I think about that
now.
I know. I think about that every time I play this character now. I'm like, oh my god, all of her clothing is just her. It's fine.
Yep. Sabrina's just constantly naked.
I mean, basically.
So is Bugs Bunny, but like nobody gives him crap.
Yeah.
Art. He's got the gloves on.
She doesn't even have genitals. Her people reproduce asexually. It's fine.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you consider a cat naked? I don't think so.
I mean, yeah.
How proudly are
If
they
they
displaying
if they
their
don't wear a
butthole?
collar, then yes, they're naked. Every time at work I take off a dog's collar, I'm like, you're naked.
You're naked.
Especially the harness. It's like, oh my god.
I think that dogs actually have a concept of clothing, though. Like,
Yeah. Feel
like
weird
they've
without it
got
on.
like, yeah, they've got like a Garden of Eden thing where they're all like, I need some fig leaves, stat. Anyway, let's continue.
Yeah. So yeah. The suggestion has been made for Kevin to be the Golden Duke. I don't remember enough of the Golden Duke lore to know if there is a Golden Duchess or something.
Probably.
I know in Wonderworld Origins there was like a female counterpart, but she was like a future scene psychic time traveler or something, and I don't remember her name because that was literally years ago.
I was like, what are you talking about? I can
in a
ask
different
Val.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, was it Hector's whole, like the Golden Duke? That was like a Greek god kind of thing, right?
Kind of, yeah. 'Cause yeah, in Wonderworld, which was a game we previously ran in the Cypher system, the Golden Duke was, the top superhero who showed up and asked our group for help. But yeah, had a like time traveling, vision seeing person who's like, hey, this apocalypse is coming. We need you all to help. But again, years ago, I was not taking as good notes back then as I do now, so I have no memory of this place.
Mm-hmm.
But unimportant for the moment, because Anna would probably want to dress up as someone flashier, and so when you do communicate the idea of being the Golden Duke, she's like, "Ooh, yes, I'm going to dress up like Omna in her like full battle regalia, which is like a knight's outfit with a fancy cape."
Sounds like a great idea. So should it be, I'm going to be like, am I going full gold tux or is it like gold tie shoes?
Oh, whatever you can manage. Obviously, I'm not going actual suit of armor. That would be ridiculous. But something that is calls back to it, and then like later in the day, you see her sending you images of like dresses that she's found that are like got some like patterns and are silvery and metallic and things like that, and have like a train that match Omna's cape.
Okay. Does the Golden Duke, is he going to be like armory or?
I don't think so.
Let's see. I think he might be, because it's so looking at what I'm assuming were the legacy powers for Hector, because he had the godlike beauty, right?
Yes.
And mythic might. So one of them is divine armor, magic weaponry. So that we could be a couple of like armor themed folks.
Let me pull up the character sheet and see what is mentioned here, if anything from those. Okay, no, I don't think their character sheet mentioned which, because with the legacy, it's you get some of the powers, but not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that denoted on the old character sheet. That's fine. So yeah,
Simon
there
says
could be
hi.
like a ceremonial breastplate or something. So you could probably do that as like a golden vest. Also, hi, Simon. Yeah, so you three now have your outfits figured out. Elena should be able to fabricate whatever you need. And I think that's probably just looking at the time, probably a good spot for us to take our break. So we are going to take a quick break, refresh ourselves, refill water, grab a snack, take your meds, all that good stuff. And we'll be back real soon. Hello, Internet. Welcome back from a Tuesday break. We are refreshed. We've been chatting, as we always do, about nerd stuff and other stuff, but we are back and ready to go. So yeah, we are now in the week leading up to homecoming with the theme of masquerades and capers. You can I want to offer you all the chance to like roll to try and influence homecoming court stuff. But also, I don't know. Do you all think it would be fun, or
I think
would it
so.
be bad? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I guess tell me what you are trying to do to campaign for your candidate of choice, whether that is you or one of your friends, to be in the running for homecoming court.
I think Subrina's tactic is to do the, oh, who are you guys voting for? Are you guys are you guys interested in the court? Oh yeah, no, that's awesome. Like, I've always wanted to be like in that sort of thing, but I like, who knows how to do that sort of stuff? Like, there's no like, you should vote for me. It's like, oh, that'd be so weird if I totally won that,
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm trying to think, because for the most part, I imagine these would be mundane roles, but given that you were before, like, Subrina does not get asked to many things. Which I thought about jumping in, like, if y'all want to come up with like NPCs who are like your best buddies outside this group or stuff, like, you're welcome to do so. Like, if you all want to come up with your dream dates, go right ahead and I'll play them. They're just all gonna be like the "I would die for Riley" person from Inside Out, basically. But I can still do that.
I assume that Subrina has some people that are like, oh my god, like I really like them, and Subrina has just not picked up on it because she's nice to everybody and like people are nice to her. Like she has to be told that, like, with Flint it's like, oh my gosh, I have a crush on this person, they're so cute, but like beyond that it's like, yeah, oh my god, I love your outfit today, thank you, I just like, yeah. Like, that's it.
So yeah, I guess I think I am still leaning towards a mundane roll, but I would give you at least a +1 on this.
Oh, okay.
And I think this will mostly influence what your standing is going into the homecoming event itself.
Oh my god, okay. I have -2.
Yeah,
I got a 9.
And
I would argue superior would also work for this.
Yeah, depending on how you want to go about it, but that definitely sounded like more of a mundane kind of methodology there.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you definitely know there are some people who are putting your name in for the running. Kevin or Chloe, are you doing any campaigning on anyone's behalf? And you can try cheating as well, obviously. If you want to go that route. How badly does
Subrina seem to want this?
I mean, do you want to pierce the mask on this?
Not gonna be good at that.
Honestly, Chloe knows Subrina pretty well, and she's talked about it a lot. So, I don't know if it'd be piercing the mask. I think it'd be pretty obvious that, like,
yeah, this isn't about. I'm not piercing any mask.
Yeah,
this is. This is face value.
Yeah. She is acting like it's not a big deal. Like, as soon as Kevin was like, "Oh yeah, we're doing this," she's like, "Oh no, I don't want that. That's fine. I don't need it. I don't need it. I want Kevin to have it." But she doesn't. She really wants it.
Got it. Okay. So do I like, the only idea that comes across is like supervillain hours, but like, would I break bad for Subrina? The answer is yes. We're ride or die.
Yeah.
I want let's go to Kevin first and let me think about the consequences of my action.
Yeah, before we go there, we'll jump back to Subrina for a moment. So, like, Subrina, as you are going around, like, one of the groups that you have been doing this for and like talking about homecoming court, as you separate from the group, you find that Yosef, the junior who has the guide dog, emotional support dog, Professor, it's like, oh, hi, Subrina, I overheard you talking about the homecoming court.
Hey, Yosef. Hello, Professor. And she just
and he, it's the golden retriever, so his tongue is lolling out, and Yosef, you see Yosef is trying to be like, maybe you should touch him now because he's got the work vest, but Professor seems to be loving it.
Yeah, I was just talking, because homecoming's coming up, so I was like trying to see how everyone's like, what everyone's thinking. It's like a big thing for high school people,
Yeah, I mean, I'm a junior, so I don't think I have any chance. I mean, it's pretty much historically always the seniors who get it, but I was wondering, are you? Is there the king or queen or regent in mind for you, or? And you see Professor kind of like puts upon his leg, and
you're
like,
going through anxiety right now.
Yeah, like Yosef looks at him, and you see him take a few calming breaths, and then he's like, "Are you going with anyone to homecoming, or if not, I would love to ask you to go.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, if that's cool, I mean, I obviously understand if, someone's already asked you and
Oh.
you've already have plans or.
No. I was gonna go with Chloe because Chloe also didn't. She wasn't gonna go. But I think, if you, I technically have a date. If you wanted to ask me, I would. That'd be cool if you wanted to ask me.
Yeah. And I mean, Chloe could absolutely hang out with us still. That's fine. I mean, if you said no, I was going to be hanging out with my own friends anyway. And it's, not like we would be attached to the hip or anything throughout the night. And he starts rambling a little bit, and once again, Professor puts a paw on his leg, and he's just like, "Dude, chill."
Calm down. Yeah, I mean, do you? Is this you asking me?
It kind of again looks at Professor, and yes, it is.
Yeah, I'd love to go. I'm going as a prismatic dash.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I was gonna go as one of the many umpteens.
Oh.
I was gonna go as a blue one.
Oh,
and
cool.
I don't remember because in Umpteen's brief appearance before, I don't know if I mentioned the outfit at all. I've decided that now it is because he clones himself. The base Umpteen has a white outfit, but every clone comes out with a different color outfit.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. I mean, that match because I'm going to be all the colors.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if mine's going to change colors that much. I mean, I can't get a really fancy one, but.
No, I'm just saying, whatever you wear will match because I'm going to be a rainbow.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. That certainly makes coordinating easier.
Yeah. Okay. Do I have your number?
Oh, fumbles his phone just to double check, and if you didn't before, you do now.
Okay. All right. I'll text you my address, and you can pick me up at 7. We'll do pictures.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Unless you wanted to do group pictures with your friends.
We'll be able to get pictures at the event. Yeah. And because I mean, I'm kind of friends with Anna a bit, and I know that she's asked Kevin, and I know that you two are friends. So I mean, maybe it'll just be a group thing anyway.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah. Do you want to do corsages and stuff, boutonnieres?
Oh, yeah. We probably should. I guess what's a blue flower? Do we want something that pops against the blue?
I mean, I'll pick the one for you, and you pick the one for me.
Okay, yeah, that works. Crap, what do I pick for a rainbow? And you see him start muttering to himself, and once again, Professor paw on the leg. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll definitely pick something out for you.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Thanks. And she kind of pep in her step and walks away.
I want to say that Chloe comes out of the shadows.
Chloe, you'll never guess what happened. Still within earshot.
Yeah. Absolutely. Wow, so you got a date to prom after all. Homecoming. That's what that's called.
Yeah, but
fall prom.
Yeah.
Fall prom.
I still want you to go though.
I guess I could still go.
Okay.
Hey, maybe you'll get homecoming after all.
The what? The royalty?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I hope Kevin wins.
I mean, statistically, your chances are higher if you have a date.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Good. Okay, cool. Do you want to ask anybody?
Nope. Walking away, looking at notes.
All right. I'll see you after class.
Later.
Text Kevin. You'll never guess what happened.
Chloe's gonna go do some crimes, but I'll explain it when it gets to homecoming.
Yeah. As you walk past, because you see like Yosef is still there, and he is like down talking to Professor, and seems like you're not listening in too closely, but it seems like he's having some kind of actual conversation. Like he's talking as if Professor is responding, but maybe some people are just weird with their pets and pretend to have conversations with them. It's something
And
that you have seen Yosef do before. There's nothing bad with it, bad about it, but
people talk to their pets all the time. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, well, what do you think? Should I get a rose or daffodils, or just he's naming flowers? He doesn't know anything about them.
What's Subrina's favorite flower?
Well, I guess in the gardening club, maybe like
in any other situation.
Yeah. I don't know flowers. What's the big, like a hydrangea? A big eyeball-looking one? The circle ones?
I mean, like hydrangeas are like big puffballs.
Yeah.
And like they have, they're either pink, blue, or purple depending on the acidity of the soil.
That.
Color preference?
Purple.
Yeah, no, I think Chloe chimes in like automatically. She doesn't even like realize that she's like she just says hydrangeas.
Hi Chloe, thank you. And I assume you're already walking past.
Yeah. Well, I think there's like a moment where she says hydrangeas, and then like there's just an awkward moment where she like realizes that she's just like chimed in on a conversation he was having with a dog. And then she just clarifies purple hydrangeas. Those are her favorite. Walks away rapidly.
Thank you. And then like to Professor, purple hydrangeas, remember that. And he just gives a soft woof. Yeah. Cool. So Chloe is off to do crimes, which she will explain later. Do you want to give me like a superior role now, or
it's not a superior role?
I mean, I say that because like the delinquent class, their main stat is superior.
I guess that's true. What specifically are you asking, like superior for the
I mean, because that would also be provoke someone.
Do you mean
for
specific?
Some of the basic rules?
I'm asking, what is this role for?
To determine how well you do the crimes and advance.
These are plant-based crimes.
Okay, so then this will probably be freak for you.
Yeah, I'll roll it. I'll roll it now if you want me to.
Well, so I guess it's this, because you said during homecoming. So is this a plan for during homecoming to like help them win once they're in the court? Okay,
it's stuff
then
that
we'll
requires a little. It's stuff that requires a little bit of like prep work in order to do, but like she doesn't necessarily pull the trigger until homecoming night.
Sure. Then yeah, you can do that prep work. If you want to DM me what it is so I can be aware and incorporate it. Otherwise, I can roll with the roll with the punches come homecoming.
I'll send you the exact words that I'm gonna say on homecoming night. Are you ready?
Sure.
Hold on, I have to find you. We haven't spoken in so long.
It's been 84 years.
Okay. This is taking too long. There we go. All right.
Uh, Kevin, have you thought of who and or how you are campaigning?
I guess I would just ask Anna if she's got like is she just like telling her friends to vote for her? Does she have a strategy beyond this?
I mean, she's not on the student council herself, but she is captain of the lacrosse team. You know, it's one of the better sports teams at the school. So she does just kind of have that cult of personality around her a little bit. And so some of it is like directly like she's not so domineering as like, hey, vote for me, but it's like, oh gosh, I sure hope that you're all gonna vote for me to the lacrosse team, and of course they are all gonna vote for her. But it's less direct work on her part for this because she is just so confident that she is going to make it to the final nominations anyway. But she is sure to mention like, oh, and I'm going with Kevin. Have you seen Kevin since he got his makeover? I'm trying to think how people would like refer to your transformation. But probably the makeover essentially.
Okay. All right. So I guess I just need to make myself more visible then. If she's doing the propaganda work, I just need to be visible and out and about. So I'll be doing like more social things, like at lunch, playing basketball or something in the gym and doing random things like that.
Kevin going High School Musical. I haven't ever seen it, so I don't know how accurate a comparison this is. Or I guess the opposite of High School Musical, because isn't High School Musical starting as a jock and then be like, wait, it's fun to be a theater music nerd?
I think he realizes he can be both.
Yeah, that's
so High School Musical 3.
I don't know.
Another jock realizes he can bait.
Making all the references we don't fully understand ourselves.
I don't know why. I hated High School Musical. I don't know why I know so much about it.
Just cultural osmosis. It's been too prevalent for too long. I've never seen it.
My character.
I know too much about it.
Oh no, she's having the character bleed. Don't go full Chloe.
But yeah, just doing like, if there's groups of people doing stuff, that I don't have to like join a team for.
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
Yeah. So I think I would also like you to roll plus mundane, but you also get a +1 for like putting actual effort into it.
Okay. All right, so I gotta get a +1 in here. I just do 1, right? I don't have to hit +1.
Correct. Yeah, it's only if it's a negative.
Okay. Well, thank goodness for that +1.
Okay, so yeah, for the folks at home, that is a 7, so a mixed success. So both the people campaigning for themselves have gotten mixed successes on their rolls. Okay, that is good to know. Yeah. Aside from campaigning, anything else we want to do specifically as we lead up to homecoming? We'll say, super heroics. You are still, actually up until this week, like you are still doing patrols and stuff. But the paladins are like, because it is homecoming season for most of the schools across the city, they actually give the squires like the week off for this. And so they don't want you all, because they very much want you all to still have normal teenage high school experiences. And so they're giving you a mini vacation from the superheroics. So it might actually be a boring, quiet week for some of you.
I think I'd probably still do the like try and help with little stuff, like not do real patrols, but and maybe not actively look for it, but with like super hearing and stuff. If I just hear random thing, just go help out as Paragon, do a quick costume change.
Mm-hmm.
But other
Yeah.
than that, yeah, being boring.
Yep. Sometimes boring is nice.
I'm willing to use resources from my sanctuary for this.
Okay.
So if you want to give me any requirements for it,
Yeah, because this is like the first time we've actually done a sanctuary move in the
we've
in the
done
whole
it
game.
once or we've done it like once before.
Yeah.
And that was the time that I realized, like, oh, I can just use plants for things.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I think I'm going to say that you'll need help from the gardening club, which, if you don't want your friends to know, means you're gonna have to ask Jimothy for help.
I absolutely will take on Jimothy as my Igor.
Yep. And he is happy to help out, even if he doesn't know the extent of what you are doing. Um, da-da-da-da-dum. I feel like that's the only one of these I really want to ask you to do. Yeah, so it's just Jimothy is just an eager beaver to help out and is asking a lot of questions. And like, again, he's in the past, he's proven to have some knowledge of gardening and insight, but obviously when you are doing like magic stuff with them, he's not going to know about that. But like everything up to that point, he is doing his best to engage you with in conversation and knowing what's going on. It's just like, oh, okay, so these are like, do you have a contract with the local flower shops, or like how is this going to, how does this work?
This is more of a charity case.
Okay. Yeah, because yeah, I guess not everyone's going to be able to get corsages and boutonnieres, and so did the student council ask you to do this? Or are you just doing this for the school?
No.
Okay. And like,
She's not very forthcoming with information.
and he'll keep trying to ask questions, but they do eventually taper off as like he can't come up with new ways to ask the same question.
He gets so many dodgy answers.
Yep. All right. Just taking a couple of notes quickly. Okay. How do you spell boutonnieres? That's one of those weird, like, French.
Isn't it French?
words.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Simon.
Boutonniere. I mean, it's got to be like a OU,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I know OUT.
Tonniere.
Okay.
Did you catch that? You need me to do it again?
Yeah, I thought it was TIN. So TONNIERE.
Yep.
Okay. I know enough French to piece it together from there, but I got confused in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So, I think the week progresses. The excitement is palpable in the school. The teachers have basically given up on any kind of actual education happening in the second half of the week. And so then we are going to get to, it would be on a Saturday because they know some people are going to need like all day to prepare for this. So Friday comes around and, Anna checks in with you, Kevin, and is like, okay, I got my dress ready. Do you have your outfit ready to go?
All set.
All right. Yeah, so I figure that we will do do, or would have figured out actually with you beforehand, like where to do the pictures and the preparing ahead of time. Because she's like, gonna be with a lot of the lacrosse team preparing, and invites you there, but is also it's like, but if you have, a group that you're preparing with, I can meet you there.
Oh. Yeah, I guess we haven't talked about preparing as a group at all, have we? Yeah, so I'd be like,
that is something that you all can do if you would like.
I can probably meet you there. I know that. So is Yosef going to be involved in this, or is it just the lacrosse?
Yeah, no, it's actually, I mean, you may not know this, but my parents have a mansion, and so it's, a big space, and so most of the sports teams are there. I mean, Eve is going to be there from the fencing team, and between you and me, she's pretty upset that your friend Roz had to leave town, but she's still coming along. It's going to be, her friends will be there. It's still going to be a fun time.
Okay.
But yeah, and Yosef is there because as part of the AV club, he does a lot of the the filming of the sports teams, and so I think he mentioned that Sabrina's going to be he's going to be going with Subrina, so he should have invited her there. If not, I can invite her.
Yeah, sure. My assumption is you would invite her there. Would it be okay if I have one other person that I might want to invite? Would it be cool if they came as well?
There's like an instant where you'd think maybe like there's a flash of something, but then she's like, yeah, of course. Yeah, the more the merrier.
Yeah, it's just at that point, if both me and Subrina were there, we have one other friend who we're going to kind of hang out with, and I wouldn't want to just leave her out of it.
Right, of course, that would be so rude. So yeah, of course, she's more than welcome.
Okay. What's your address?
Oh yeah, and she'll text it to you, and it is, it's nowhere near as big as the Silverhound estate was, but that was like an actual estate, and they had like a mini forest in there. Her parents' mansion is still within city limits, but it is so easy enough to get to. Still quite large. And yeah, so
like, yeah, I've been in. Yeah, those are some nice little houses over there. Yeah, that'll be fine. Like,
she'd take it aback at first and then burst out laughing. Oh, Kevin, you're I didn't know you were this funny.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right. Well then.
Yeah. It'll be fun. What time?
Oh, yeah. I mean, so us in the dresses and makeup and the hair, we'll be there, starting or like 10 a.m. But you can show up around 4 o'clock probably. That's because the dance starts at 6.
Okay. Sorry, I had no idea it takes people 6 hours to get ready. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone's going to take the whole time, but because some people have different schedules and stuff. So being accommodating. I mean, you're certainly welcome to be there at 10 a.m. But
no, I don't want to be there. That's fine. Thanks. I'm sorry.
Understandable. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, I will make sure that Subrina and you said Chloe, that they know where to go.
All right.
Well, then I will see you on Saturday.
See you.
And she will sashay off again. Just trying to come up with a different verb every time she goes away. Saunter, sashay. I'm running out of verbs though.
I will text Chloe to give her a heads up that she might be getting invited by Anna to her prom thing to get ready.
You get a thumbs up back.
All right. Yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
leave it on that.
So if nothing else, I looked away and looked up and Elby was gone. But I know she can still hear us. Sabrina, you would have gotten a message from Yosef because at first there had been the conversation of doing pictures at your place, and he let you know, like, oh, hey, actually, Anna is having a whole bunch of people over, and like transportation's going to be taken care of. Lots of limos. And your parents are more than welcome to come and take pictures too.
Okay, cool, totally cool. Text Chloe. Do you want to come over before that and take pictures with my parents? Because they want to take pictures with you and me.
Yeah, okay. Thumbs
Cool.
up.
I'll bring Chloe with me to Yosef.
Yeah, totally fine. I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be super fun.
Trying to think if would Yosef be the kind I had the thought, and I don't know if this is too cringe, of him like sending like a dog emoji and like pretending that the professor is texting you too and saying hi and stuff. But I don't know if that's too off the deep end.
It's not cringe if Professor is literally texting us.
I mean, he would not phrase it as such, I mean, he plays along into the bit, but it's obviously still Yosef texting on Professor's behalf.
Mm-hmm.
The dog is not so dexterous as to be able to handle a smartphone.
That's fine.
I think it'd be highly disturbed if someone did that to me in real life. Pretended that their pet was texting me.
I think if he said like, Professor's excited too, sort of thing, like that would
that makes most sense.
Yeah, it's that kind of stuff, like the dog face emoji and a heart or something, and Professor's looking forward to it too.
Okay, that's
just
that. Yeah,
I was
that's
thinking
fine.
first person acting like the dog was actually
No.
texting.
No, it's certainly not that extreme. All right. Okay. So yeah, Saturday comes around, and are we doing all three of you at Sabrina's place first for pictures, or are you just like all going over to Anna's together to do pictures and stuff there?
Subrina would have invited Kevin too if he wants to come over for beforehand.
Sure. Yeah, I can do pictures there first.
Yeah, we do the goofy, the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
Adorable stuff.
I imagine that Miles Birkenstock wears not only sandals, but also like his signature is like tie-dye shirts.
I love it.
So her Miles getup is like she curls her hair and like intentionally makes it really frizzy. She like just wears her glasses because Miles wears glasses. And then she's got a dress on that's tie-dye and then like a lab coat over it.
I get it. Sabrina's dress, like I said, is holographic in that it looks silver but kind of catches the light and has all the colors in it. It's a tight sort of not spaghetti strap, like a little bit thicker. Comes down to a respectable length for a high schooler. There's a slit that goes up one side, but it does go to the floor, and she's wearing like platform. There's a little bit of a platform, and then there's like a kind of a chunky, like clear heel to it.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I think the golden tuck stuff with the vest. I am thinking to incorporate the armor more. I will wear actual golden pauldrons, like with a cape.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
But yeah.
I was gonna ask, like, are the pauldrons, what are they made out of? But I don't know that
Solid
that's
gold.
I mean, probably if you've got like the chemical synthesizer that
Yeah.
Elena can do.
I honestly wouldn't think not to make them out of solid gold.
Yeah. Okay,
But yeah, we do pictures and then not get in the curvy craft, I guess.
Yeah, I could have a limo.
What is Gareth up to? What has Gareth been doing this week?
Uh,
Does he still live there? Didn't I kick him out?
No,
No?
the last we really saw of him was he went out for snacks, but he would have come back.
Oh.
Because he goes on snack runs all the time.
Mhm.
But you know, I think with you actually being at home more, he does raise the question at one point of like, hey, do you want me to move out? Like, I know you haven't been here so much, like you're just using it to go places for the most part. I mean, it feels weird, like I'm living in someone else's apartment without them there.
Oh, I guess, yeah, I get that. I mean, like, I don't care, but I'm not going to be able to move it as much anymore, you know, because I'm not going to be actually in it. So it's just going to kind of be where it is until I move it.
In that sense, it's kind of like a tiny home in a van or something, but yeah, I mean, I still have my apartment. I have been paying rent on it.
Oh,
Probably go
gosh,
and
yeah,
at
you
least
should
clean
go
out the
back.
fridge.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, Hot Topic pays the managers pretty well, actually.
Yeah, I know.
But, well, I mean, it's been fun, Sabrina, but probably for the best, actually, that I am not living with a high schooler anymore.
Okay.
Certainly has made my dating life tricky.
Oh, have you brought people back to here?
No.
Okay, good. Sure. Yeah, because it's a secret. Cool. Okay, well, yeah, we'll still play on Xbox, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay. And we can I'll visit you at Hot Topic sometime.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go back and work there, you know, I can probably get you the job again, but
okay. We'll see how the superhero stuff goes, and then we'll see.
Yeah, I imagine that is kind of a bigger commitment than a part-time job.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Yeah, and he takes like 20 minutes to gather up his stuff from throughout the Kirby craft and leaves.
Bye, Gareth.
Yeah. Just leaving a note. Gareth has been removed from the Kirby craft, has left the Kirby craft.
It's the end of an era.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, you take the pictures, and now I guess you're free to take the Kirby craft over.
Park it a few blocks away.
Yeah. And so you three are already in your full getup. So are you getting there like?
Yeah, full getup.
Yeah, but when are you getting there? Like, how close to like it's you know that like pictures are happening at like 4 at Anna's.
3:45. Unless Kevin wants to get there earlier.
I mean, I wouldn't mind getting there a half hour early, but
sure,
you know.
Yeah, we can do that. 3:30.
Yeah, and so, you know, you walk the few blocks with the two of you in very fancy attire, and Chloe in the the tie-dye outfit, which, you know, it's well made still. It just sticks out compared to the more traditional outfits, I guess.
It's vibes.
Yep. but yeah, you walk your way over. There is still a there they do have walls and a gate, but the gate is open. There's just like a doorman checking to be like, okay, you're high schoolers, you're dressed up, you're probably supposed to be here. And so you go, or they actually offer to drive you up the driveway. And like, it's not that long, but given that, some people are arriving in heels, it is a service that they are offering.
I'm okay. Chloe, do you want to drive up?
I mean, is Sabrina in heels?
Yes.
How is she doing? She's wearing shoes
She's
for the first
tough.
time.
I don't think it's really painful to her. I don't think that's bothering her at all.
I mean, I'm cool to walk if you guys want to walk, but sandals, heels. It's probably a good
it'll
idea.
be like 3-minute walk at most. It's
we're gonna walk.
driveway.
Well,
We don't care.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
This place is smaller than Flint's, right? Like, Kevin, your place is even bigger than this. Just saying. She always brags about it, so just your thought.
How big is the city we live in?
It's got a few million people in it. It's kind of sprawling a bit, and like, some of the stuff of like the nearby pine forest. Is it technically Port Arbor? No, but it's still considered Port Arbor. It's more like how there is Chicago land, and like the whole surrounding area is still kind of considered Chicago, even though it's technically, the different suburbs.
All the suburbs,
and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah. Because I don't know enough about like Portland or Seattle to make comparisons, but Port Arbor is West Coast.
I'm thinking Kevin is probably in like a penthouse or something, like in some huge, it's probably like an office complex, since his dad's a Tony Stark ripoff. It's like at the top of Spark Tower or whatever. It's like a sprawling penthouse thing. But yeah.
Yeah. And so, the whole building is bigger than the mansion, but in terms of like the penthouse apartment, the mansion is still bigger than that. But yeah, you make your way up. You can see various people from high school, some that you recognize, some that you don't, and whether that's because they're people you just haven't interacted with, or people from other schools, because sometimes that's a thing. See lots of people. Some are in just like traditional dresses and suits and stuff, but a lot of people are in various superhero outfits. And you see a couple that do appear to be emulating you all. Like Chloe, you see someone trying to be Hemlock in like a flowing green dress and like a big green hat.
It like reads Green Carmen Sandiego more than ever.
Yep. Kevin, you see someone as a paragon, but the only way you can tell that is because they've got like they've attached like blue LEDs to their glasses at the front. And Subrina, you see some Corvids. It's mostly in like people who have like a hooded cape that is like sparkly, but they didn't go like the full gas mask or anything.
Sabrina's just like, oh my god, guys, we've made it. We've made it.
There are some fragments. There are some silver wolves. There are some golden dukes. There are some egos. Trying to remember the names of the others we had. I remember Mai was the person's name. What was the hero name? We got Etheria and Reverb.
Probably a lot of reverbs.
Yeah,
they were very popular.
Yep. But yeah, and then plenty of other squires, knights, paragons, or paladins rather. Though obviously people trying to be paragon as previously stated. And there are, a couple villains here and there. But like either done in a like they're either going as like other super villains, so like it's a whole group of villains together, or it's like, oh, they're going with like their hero nemesis, and so they are clearly like doing a weird couple thing like that.
It's the shippers. They've escaped containment.
Exactly. And then, I'll say that you all also see like a couple of the squires that out of costume, and they are dressed as like other heroes, not their own heroes. And like, there's however much contact with them you want to be, but there's kind of just like a subtle nod of like, yes, you are also dressed up as a hero, like a normal high schooler is doing for this superhero themed event.
Yeah, I guess if there's no real life connection that could be made, you wouldn't want to be like, hey, how you doing? Because if anyone asks how you know each other.
Yeah, I mean, they go to your school, so you could have conceivably met each other, though obviously not all the squires go to your school. I'm going to say this now in case I forget for the actual homecoming, but the actual Umpteen is not dressed up as Umpteen, but he is just giddy at all the Umpteen lookalikes. Yeah, he is just very pleased that he is such a popular choice.
He's such a meme.
Yeah. But yeah, you all arrive. Anna is out there sort of greeting people and directing, the photos and the traffic, as it were. And when she sees you all arriving, we'll be like, Kevin, and like very loudly so that everyone is turning attention, and we'll saunter up to you. And as mentioned before, she's got like a silvery outfit that is like structured to emulate the knight outfit that Amna has. But the biggest thing is she's got like the flowing cloak behind her that has like stylized wings on it for like Amna's suit wings that she can project with her energy. And she will approach and gets, very close and goes in for like the cheek kiss thing. She did not give you any warning that she was going to do this.
Okay.
But it's just like, you look amazing. And Subrina and Chloe, you look great too.
Thanks, you look amazing. That's a really great outfit.
Oh,
Yeah, gold and silver, that looks great.
I know, right? I'm so pleased that Kevin chose the Golden Duke, because I was leaning towards Amna anyway, but this just works.
Totally. Where do you want us?
Yeah, I saw Yosef over there with Professor, who is adorable as always, and like you see Yosef over there in his blue Umpteen outfit, and their Professor is also dressed up in like a red Umpteen outfit, kind of just like
Perfect.
with a like goggles and a bandana, basically, but with logos to represent Umpteen. And then and Chloe, some of the unattached guests are mingling over that way, and gestures over to where you can see like Eve, and others that you recognize from school. It's like, you're all welcome to mingle as you want, but we will be starting pictures in 30 minutes. So you all look great. You obviously prepped ahead of time, but so glad that you're here. But I got to go back and play host now. Kevin, I will, starting from like 4:30, 5 o'clock on, I am yours. But until then, I got to be, hostess.
I get it. Yeah.
All right. But I will leave you to it, and I'll be back. And she will go back to directing people around and just saying hi and playing host.
Wow. I'm gonna go see Yosef, and I'll be back. Okay.
All right. See you later.
Wait. Do
Chloe
what do
and
we do
Kevin are
now?
left alone. Hey, you want to go see if they've got soda?
I'm gonna look around with X-ray vision and see if there's soda anywhere.
Yeah, there is like concessions. It's like so it's at the end of the driveway into a big garage, like multiple doors for the garage, and like some of them have very nice classic cars in them, others have been emptied out, and like you see there's a couple that have like refreshments available, and that's where a lot of the unattached people are congregating.
Yeah, they kind of point over. Like it looks like Eve and some of the folks are hanging around the soda place.
Are you using X-ray vision?
Of course.
You ever take a day off, Flyboy?
I mean, this isn't me checking the place out. I was looking for soda. Why would I not?
Just seems exhausting to know what's going on all the time.
It's not, you don't. Whole conversation. It's fine. It's not hard. It's using my eyes. I do it anyways all the time.
It's not hard. It's using my eyes. If you say so. You want anything? I can go grab you something.
I'll just walk over there. I'm got no one else to hang out with.
Yeah, so I mean, you can both easily wander over, and as you approach, Eve actually notices you and kind of perks up, and it's like, "Oh, hi, Kevin. Hi, Chloe. You look great." And you see that she is ironically enough dressed as Fragment. But yeah, I actually heard from Roz. She sort of kind of virtually asked me to go to homecoming with her. She said, she's so sorry that she had to leave and she's not going to be able to like video call or anything, but I appreciated the thought at least. And she also wanted me to say hi.
She's not here, is she?
Oh, no. She left a couple weeks ago and said, that she's gonna be out of town for a while. Sounded like it was a family vacation or something.
Yeah, that sounds right. Well, I don't have a date, so if you want to hang out, then I'm gonna be around.
Oh,
I mostly just want to see how this whole homecoming royalty thing hashes out.
Yeah, no, Roz definitely wants me to report into her on that. She wanted me to commit voter fraud to vote for you all. Told her I don't think I could pull that off, but
is she pulling for anyone in particular?
I mean, Kevin and Subrina, especially. And she'd said you too, Chloe, but she also figured that you would not be as interested.
I think she'd be right.
Yeah, and like you all also would have gotten messages from Roz like demanding pictures of you in your outfits and like wanting to see everything and saying, have so much fun, and then signs off with like, she started using the ninja emoji for like, oh, I gotta go like do a mission, so you won't hear from me for a little bit.
Love it. As she's having this conversation, Chloe is like picking through, like I imagine that like it's just like a big like cooler full of ice with all of the different sodas in there. She's just like picking through and like picking out her favorite soda and just like putting cans into her lab coat pockets. I feel like it's like a special like gluten-free something that she can't guarantee that she'll find anywhere else, and nobody else likes it, so she's just kind of stocking up.
Fair. Also, I did not think most sodas had gluten in them. That's a concerning thought.
I don't know. I feel like there's like a particular there must be some sort of like something inside soda that she's allergic to.
You can't have the corn syrup. It's got to be real
Yeah.
sugar.
Yes. Yeah. She's grabbing all the cane sugar stuff.
Yeah.
And she can't have monk fruit either. Don't come after her with that. It's got to be cane sugar.
Yeah, I guess I'd see if Eve would want to take like a picture with us then that we could tag Roz in on social media or something.
Yeah. Yeah. She agrees, and as she'll ask you all why you chose your, who you're dressed up as.
Yeah. I will say that if she in the future needs help to commit possible crimes to impress Roz, that feel free to ask. But don't be a stranger.
Yeah, she kind of blushes and giggles a bit, but yeah. No, it was actually Roz's suggestion that I dress up as Fragment. I mean, she suggested a whole bunch of heroes as well, but Fragment seemed like the most colorful option of the bunch, and you see that it is like a multicolored stained glass looking dress that she has on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good look on you.
Thank you. I mean, hey, people might even think that we're together with the the multicolored thing going on.
Well, yeah, that's what's fun about rainbows. They kind of go with anything.
Yeah. Yosef was talking about how glad he was that Subrina is also in a rainbow. It makes coordinating easier.
Totally.
If there's anything more specific, we can cut over to Subrina and Yosef. Yosef is hanging out mostly with Professor. Is kind of bent down and like scritching behind the ears, and has like a drink in his other hand. But as he sees you approach, will stand up. Subrina, hi. Wow, you look. I know you said you were going to go as Prismatic Dash, but yeah, wow.
Thanks. You look great too. And you do too, Professor. And she goes.
Yeah, and Professor does not have his work vest on this time, and so is much more receptive, and like gets up and is about to go to lick you, but then seems to realize like, oh wait, no. You are dressed nice, and goes back down.
I got you this boutonniere, and she pulls out it's a black and blue rose that with some like black and blue on it to go with. She's still got her like black lipstick on, so she's still gothy, but she pins it on him real quick.
Yeah. Thank you. And then like looks around, like sets the drink down on the ground, bends down, and you see actually pulling out from underneath the bandana on Professor has the corsage. It is a purple hydrangea. He took Chloe's advice to heart.
Oh my god, it's beautiful. Thank you. I love hydrangeas.
A little birdie told me, and then he's kind of admonishing himself for being that corny. But
was it a bug or a bird?
No, it was Chloe. I was
of course
figure of speech.
Silly me. Cool. She puts it on her wrist. It looks perfect with my dress.
I mean, it would be hard not to.
You found an outfit for Professor? That's so cute.
Yeah. I mean, we're already, two peas in the pod. Figure, umpteen would make sense for the both of us.
Mm-hmm. I always wonder what's going on in his little head. But I think he likes it.
Oh yeah, no, Professor's having a great time. Yeah, aren't you, boy? And like, tail is just going nonstop.
Yeah. Well, I hope you don't mind if he steals a dance from me tonight.
I guess I'll, Professor. You got one dance, okay, Mister? And he kind of, sits down and just like, oh, okay, maybe two.
Adorable. Well, I'm gonna go. Do you want to go back and hang out with Chloe and Kevin before pictures?
Yeah. That'd be great. I know. I see they're with Eve. It's cool. I was a little worried about her because she was really set on coming to this with Roz. And then Roz left. But I mean, they
It
apparently
happens.
have been, they've been texting, and I guess, she'll be able to explain it better.
Yeah, that's awesome. I see that she's found a really cool outfit. She's like laughing to herself because she gets the joke.
Yeah. She'll be able to tell you all about it.
Yeah. All right, come on. If you feel awkward or anything, just let me know and we can blast out for a little bit, I guess.
Sure. Yeah. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay.
And, you all wander over, and I think that's probably a good place for us to end tonight's session.
Yeah.
So yeah, you all are at Anna's mansion, and we will begin next time with the pictures. Dun dun dun. I mean, well, it'll be fine. Maybe this is a world of superheroes and supervillains. Anyway, so yeah, that is going to do it for the session tonight. We do have start and end of session things. I know Chloe has a move. We have the overall stuff. And then we also have stars and wishes. So let's take a look first with end of session. At the end of every session, choose one. You either grow closer to the team, explain who made you feel welcome, give influence to that character and clear a condition, or mark potential. You can grow into your own image of yourself, explain how you see yourself and why, shift one label up and another down, or grow away from the team, explain why you feel detached, take influence over you away from another character.
I think Subrina and Chloe grew a little bit closer this time. Just more friendship stuff. So I believe she already has influence over me. So yeah. And do you want me to do stars and wishes now, or do you want to do it separate?
We'll come back around to them.
Cool.
All right.
Would you like me to shift your stats?
Yes, please.
Okay, I can do that. We grew closer today. I feel like I do this every time where I move somebody's mundane up. Let me think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna bump your mundane up and your superior down.
Okay.
Because just for personal reasons, I'm bumping your mundane because the influence that Chloe has over you right now is preventing you from noticing what she's doing and also making you more appealing to the crowd. So
that really works. It does.
I feel like that works as far as stats go.
All right, and then that Chloe, your doomed stuff, end of session stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm willing to give you the pass because you mentioned that you've been doing research aplenty.
Yeah.
And so even though we didn't roll anything for it or specifically talk about it, you have been hard at work on fighting your nemesis.
Mm-hmm. Although
Right.
she has been distracted lately. Maybe not necessarily this session, but next session she might be too distracted to necessarily fight her nemesis
Yep.
intentionally.
But yeah, but because you have made progress this time, you do get to mark potential for it.
Woohoo!
All right, and then Kevin, that brings us to you.
All right. I think I am gonna. It's always a tough one. I've been kind of on both sides of the fence of growing closer to the team or into your own image of yourself for like I feel a few sessions now. So I'm going to do grow into own image of yourself this time. And I think it's just one of those like he's finally kind of growing into this idea of being Paragon a lot more. And so yeah, I think I don't know. Moving stuff around. I still don't think he feels very mundane. I'm going to go ahead and drop the mundane down one, and I'm actually going to shift the superior up one. He's he's drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit on Paragon, so
Yeah, it makes sense. You have inherited not quite infinite cosmic power, but it's certainly a whole lot. All right. So yeah, that will bring us around to stars and wishes. So if anyone has theirs ready to go.
I'm ready. My star, my star is gonna go to Alex because you play such awkward characters so well, and I love it. I love Yosef and his relationship with his dog, which is totally normal, by the way. But I have two wishes. My wish is that I really want Subrina to turn into a dog at some point and talk to Professor, but there's no reason for it right now, so I'm not gonna do it. My other wish is to see what Chloe's up to because I want to know.
All right. I was gonna say, I'm not gonna say that she's rigging the vote, but for affecting the vote.
You need to make sure that I remember the wording that I sent you
Yeah.
for this plan, because I feel like it's pretty on and like it sums it up pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will definitely be able to point that out to you next time. Yeah. Who would like to go next?
I will. I feel like I've got a pretty good idea. I'm throwing a blanket star down, just for all of the homecoming stuff. I feel like everybody had really cool ideas and really cool descriptions for all of their outfits and all of the different characters. Like, this is the kind of thing where I go like, oh yeah, we're just gonna do teenager stuff, and then like we do teenager stuff for like 3 hours. Then I go like, that's really cool. That's really fun. I love like brainstorming and like character descriptions. Like that's just bread and butter for me. So that's my star. The star goes to everyone. And then my wish is um I, I don't want to like call it like a hard wish, like this must happen, but like it's genuinely just like wouldn't it be neat? I want Kevin and Subrina to win homecoming because wouldn't that be great? How fun would that be?
Yeah, well,
And
we'll
that's
see.
it.
Yeah, as I mentioned, there will be things to do at homecoming to affect your standing. But yeah, all right. David, what you got for us?
all right. I think star. Oh man, it's a tough one. I think I'm gonna go star for Chloe's general interaction with the idea of homecoming. It was a lot of fun. It was a real roller coaster of like, well, I'm not going to like, yeah, okay. And then like the little bit of disappointment when Subrina was going with somebody else. It was just a fun journey there.
Teenagers, am I right?
Trying to act like they don't care the whole way through. The costume choice also shows way too much thought went into it for someone who doesn't care. Like it was perfect. It was a perfect way of like how someone that age would behave. And I loved it. And yeah, I wish for the homecoming royalty reveal to result in some kind of drama between people who care a lot about this. I don't care how it gets there. I want some big time drama out of it, even if it's not heroic or anything. Just just someone to lose it and like cuss it, start cussing up a storm or so, something crazy.
Some drama would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just now realizing that I completely skipped the end of session stuff. I just went straight to Stars and Wishes.
Oh. Oops.
So why don't you do your thing and then we'll wing back around to me.
Wait, I thought you did because I thought we did it and then
Oh, he
you
did
were
do his
Nemesis
thing.
stuff.
Dang it. But I didn't say whether or not I grew closer or whatever.
Right.
I'm gonna say I grew closer with the team because I feel like last time she grew away from them, and then like she's been slowly like tiptoeing her way back. Like she's like a cat. It's like, don't be near me, but I want to be in the same room as you. So yeah, she's grown closer with the team again. I feel like the way that it's been going is that like we've got this like will they won't they between Chloe and Subrina, and then I like the relationship between Kevin and Chloe because it's almost antagonistic, but they genuinely care about each other, and that's what I really like. That it's complicated and it's fun. But yeah, we've grown closer. I'm giving it to Subrina.
Yay! I will say Subrina has no idea it's a will they won't they situation.
Oh,
but that's
yeah,
just
no.
Sabrina's an idiot, so.
Well, Chloe's not very forthcoming with information.
That's fair.
And I think she's a little in denial herself.
Well, maybe there will be a chance to
Oh my god, your stats!
figure out the denial.
Yeah, I got a advancement at some point.
You have 2 -2s and 2 3s.
Yep. That's me, baby.
Oh my god.
Min-max thy name is Hemlock.
Right? I'm going to up your superior because you are assessing the situation and making a plan. And I'm going to lower your savior, I think.
Okay.
Because you're
doing crimes.
You're doing crimes.
All right, cool. That works for me.
Yeah.
Very good. And then back to me, Stars and Wishes. My star is going to go to all y'all for letting me bully you with my NPCs in whatever way that is, whether it's Anna strong-arming Kevin into being her date or me awkwardly bullying Subrina with Yosef. Yeah, just very glad that y'all are so willing to go along with my nonsense as always. And then my wish. Ooh. How to phrase this without giving away my plans for next time.
You hope that your plans go as planned.
Oh boy.
I wish that you all will keep in mind the phrase from the recap that happened last time was that you can't always punch the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But with that, that is going to do it for us here tonight. We will be back in 2 weeks. Wait, let me double check. Yeah, okay, because it was we'll be fine in 2 weeks. It was another date that might be an issue. But 2 weeks for homecoming. Woo! Just homecoming is a rave surprise. But yeah, it's back in 2 weeks. Next time this channel is live will be on Thursday for our season finale of Elegant Creatures, our Monster of the Week game. Everything else you can see on our socials. Come join our Discord where we post memes and talk about life and let you know when we are doing shows. Yeah. Anyone got things I would like to plug or promote? And then until next time, good game and good night, Internet.
Bye.